On the notwithstanding motion to override the veto of Bill 13-37 COR, any member wishing to discuss? Senator Barnett, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Those pesky meddling senators. Dad nabbit. It reminds me of the Scooby-Doo cartoon, right? There's always butting their heads in to the people's business. This is a simple issue. We're not even into the jungle on the lease yet. This is really just about open government compliance and transparency. We've had, members of this legislature call ourselves out for not adhering to those tenets of open government, and I don't see why the governor would veto this measure. Because 2 years of secret meetings has got us to this point where we're now being forced to obligate ourselves and our people to this top secret document. They might as well stamp classified all over this. But we're not here yet. We're really just on the issue of should these meetings be open to the public? Should the public have been able to participate? Should the Speaker or Senator Parkinson or Senator Fisher have been able to attend these meetings? I don't believe it's too late to rip the cover off this whole thing. But it is frustrating that we got to this point shrouded in secrecy. But during the public hearing for this bill, the director of GITA had assured us that it was transparent because she took notes. It was transparent because she took notes. The landowners, the people of Guam, the doctors, the senators, the mayors even, didn't deserve to be kept in the dark. We heard about the survey of the doctors that GITA conducted, and a previous speaker had said that we hadn't seen the results of that survey. I'll tell you why we haven't seen it. Because the doctors are vehemently opposed to this. Ask any one of them. That's why we haven't seen it. In fact, this whole process has really been about discrediting and disrupting and discouraging and attacking anybody who has simple questions about this deal, this billion-dollar healthcare complex. Anti-American, paranoid, obstructionist, simply because we want to know if this is the best deal for the people of Guam, all of that, and no, we're not anti-American, we're pro-Guam. We're not paranoid. We're worried that we're going too far, too fast down this trail. And the only people who seem to support this is the governor, the lieutenant governor, the members of the cabinet who are bombarding us with chain emails, which, it is what it is. But the more we get into this lease, this top secret document, I thought it was interesting that we have senators in this body who met with the governor in secret and pronounced that they were going to do a 180-degree turn on what they did here on the session floor without even seeing a single page of this thing. So this override attempt, to me, it's just very simple. Do we or don't we want our government to adhere and comply with the open government law? Do we or don't we want to demand transparency, not just from ourselves, but from the administration? And I think we've been very consistent in our support, in our efforts to ensure that the open government laws and transparency and the notices, sure, we've stumbled a couple times, but we've been very consistent, and that's the baseline that we want for the people of Guam. It boggles my mind why the governor would veto this bill. It's really simple. Do you or don't you want the people of Guam to know what is going on here? Do you or don't you? Nobody hides a good deal. If a deal is good, if a deal is great, you tell everyone about it. But no one knows. No one knows what's in this lease, other than it seems to heavily favor the military. I'm not comfortable with the weight the Admiral is being allowed to throw around with these deadlines that he's putting on us. It's such a great deal, take it or leave it, but no one can see it. Makes no sense, but we're not even there yet. And I would ask my colleagues, if you haven't seen this thing, just get a copy of it. We don't even have the attachments yet. And you'll see, the deeper you get into this lease, it's very simple. It's not about whether or not we want to build a new hospital. Who doesn't want to build a new hospital? We all want to build a new hospital. Every single one of us. But the question is building a new hospital at Lalu the best deal for the people of Guam? And I think even those who are quick to 180 are going to see, the deeper they get into this document when we get to it, they're going to find that I don't think it is. It's a great deal for the military. But again, we're not there yet. So I just would ask, this is really simple. We've been consistent, so consistent, in fact, that every single one of our members voted to pass this bill without hesitation. I was so proud. But I know the pressure is mounting over the weekend. Lana, the governor, almost ran out of minutes calling all the senators, lobbying, making deals. She didn't call me about this. So I feel it, and I'm worried that we could go from 15-0 on this bill to maybe not even being able to get 10 votes because of the pressure from Adelup. Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. If you do that, you scratch the people of Guam right in the face if you don't support this override. Because again, this is not about whether or not you support the new hospital at Lalu. It's not about whether or not you support the Admiral being able to throw his weight around like we voted him into office. It's really about, do you support an open and transparent government? And I would like to believe that each and every one of us does, not just when it's convenient for a secret agenda. We're going to throw that out the window and say, oh, Bunga, never mind. Never mind open government, not this time. So I think it's a no-brainer. And I'm hoping and praying that the vote holds the same way, because I know that they're calling you guys. I know they're putting on the pressure. They're probably making all kinds of promises. We're going to sign this. We're going to sign that. We're going to invite you to all the functions at Government House. But remember who you serve. We serve the people of Guam. And the people of Guam deserve transparency, even if the governor and the lieutenant governor don't want to give it to us. And that's really what this is about. Transparency, open government, being consistent. Thank you, Madam Speaker.